So Ronaldo, so much going on in the world of tech. Let's start with AI. Andy Jassy, your colleague, calls it a once-in-a-lifetime technology. Is it that big?
I think it'll be very big. I think the last 2 years we saw a huge shift toward the advancement of the technology. The pace of change is massive. I'll give you an example. I haven't coded, for example, in years. I was an engineer. I studied engineering. And initially we coded in assembly language, then came BASIC and Fortran, then C++, which was object-oriented, but you needed really to be a hardcore technical, understand the machine, understand the languages. And today with generative AI, we're able to generate code faster. I myself play with prototypes easier, generate dashboards. So I feel it's a tool that will empower us to be a lot more productive. And the rate of change is massive, and obviously it's up to us to adopt, like the ability to manage AI teams, AI engineers, AI developers, data scientists, versus what we used to traditionally manage, which is a lot of people and layers and managers, is I think very exciting time for all of us. Especially we're in tech, we have consumer-facing products that will change with AI. We have also a lot of infrastructure product that would demand, that would require a lot of AI support, and we see it on both ends, for businesses as well as consumers.
But it's not the only big tech revolution that you've lived through, is it?
No, it's not. My generation, we started seeing the big, what we call the mainframe, which were computers. You feed cards, then you move to some form of a personal computer. Then the network came, which I think was the big change for humanity because it connected all of us. So the internet and many forms of it, initially the dial-up, AOL, then the internet. For our region, mobile has been such an instrumental in changing how we live. Not everyone had access to wired, cabled laptops and computers, but the mobile made it all available. Smartphone came around 2007, 2008, and that's where we saw in this region and many parts of the emerging markets, huge adoption of technology. And now, so the phone became your personal assistant, and now this phone is smart and you have AI support, so like your concierge, your help, your teacher, all of them sit very close to you on the phone or on your network or even in your house with Alexa and some of the other devices that we built. So I mean, it's super exciting. But I've seen many changes. I feel this one is a bit different because it's changing at an immense rate. Maybe our parents also said things were changing at an immense rate for them. But in a year
when they
and a
had
half,
black and white TV, it was a revolution, wasn't it?
It was for them. TV was a free-to-air was a revolution. I remember watching like the World Cup live. Argentina playing Netherlands, I think. And we're all sitting, all of us, all our neighbors on one TV, the whole neighborhood. And today the access to data, streaming, games, so much has happened in the world. But AI is just another level because it self-teaches itself, it evolves, it generates what you're going to do next. Generative meaning I generate the next word, the next code, the next line, and it just keeps going and going and going.
So in terms of your personal life, how do you use these things? You work for Amazon. It's obviously one of the world's biggest tech company, but personally?
I mean, personally for me, just making me a lot more efficient. We sometimes want to do studies, reviews, summarize documents that are very long, look at a contract very quickly, and we have so many internal tools, and obviously there are consumer-facing public tools that they can really support you. They generate the next thing you want to build. So anything you think about you want to do, if you use generative AI, you'll be able to get to that result. It may not be perfect, you may have to tweak it, adjust it a bit, but the base set of what you need is 90% of the work is almost done. Now the last 10%, you still have to maybe spend some time to understand the data, comprehend it. You still need to adopt, you still need to make decisions. The AI won't make all the decisions for you, at least now. Down the road, obviously with agents, they'll do more tasks for you. So you'll be able to, hey, shop this for me. We have a product called Rufus, for example, on the US side. Initially, you would say, well, let's say you're going camping, you'll say like, I need a tent for 2 people, I'm going to the desert. Today you say, I'm going camping in October in Dubai. What should I have with you? What I have already and what do I need to get extra? And based on your history, it will tell you, well, this is the 2 things you need, versus like going somewhere, looking at a list of camping things that you need, starting with the tent, duffel bags, all the things you need to buy for that trip. So the experience have changed. And I think we're in the world of prompting. So as long as you get to learn how to prompt well, you use these tools better and you get more efficient at them.
And how do we make sure that everyone in this region gets to enjoy AI or benefit from it, that there isn't an AI divide like there has sometimes been a digital divide?
I'm very optimistic in a way. I feel like we jumped on AI a bit early when the internet came. Many people in this part of the world were a bit skeptical of how good and bad it was. So there was censorship a bit, there were firewalls, not everyone got it. The mobile phone made it a bit easier because for $100 you were connected. I think with AI in this region, we feel it requires a lot of energy. We have the obviously fuel as well as solar and the sun. So I think energies are abundant. I feel the governments also are aware not to fall behind on this revolution. The UAE, for example, had an AI minister, I think, maybe 6, 7 years already, right? He's already lobbied for some regulations, some oversight of the industry to make sure we understand and not fall behind. You see both Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and even in Saudi today, many AI, like national programs for AI, funds are being directed toward it. A lot of data centers are being built in the region. We have now 3 in this part of the world already, and we're building more. They all will host AI capabilities. So I feel we're early, and I think there's a conscious effort from the leaders in this part of the world to make sure it disseminates. So there's a talk about everyone getting access to a premium chat GPT servers or something similar to it. And the investments are happening in companies. So I'm a bit optimistic that we're not watching too long and waiting. We've jumped on it. We're investing in it. We're asking companies to come here. We're building infrastructures in the region, so we're one of many. But I'm proud that it was early. We jumped on that to make sure like we're able to provide local infrastructure. And I do think we have few advantages being where we are today, and hopefully that pans out for the region, that we don't just adopt it. We actually lead a bit in the adoption becomes early, the divide is less, so everyone is using. And then once you have adoption usage, just applications will come because there's so much entrepreneurship and so many problems you can solve with AI. When we started early, even before Sue, in my journey with the Arab internet, Maktub, we were talking about how many people dial in. People had no access. So we had a service and we build, and hopefully people will connect and come. I think today everyone is connected. If AI is accessible, you will be able to generate a generation that is a bit more AI equipped, and then hopefully we lead in some of the applications, and we'll be able to do that.
Last question from me is the jobs question. Again, Andy Jassy, I've seen him write about this. He said, yes, some jobs will be lost, but others will be created, the Industrial Revolution metaphor. My question is, what should people be studying? 3 years ago, I was telling my kids, you've got to learn Python. Now, I'm not so sure what I should tell them.
My daughter is going to law school right now. She started year 1, and I'm like thinking like what actually she needs to learn. I do feel fundamentally learning is critical. Like we have a leadership principle called be curious and learn. You need to learn yourself these tools and adopt to them. What I have seen so far with AI, we've been able to do things a lot faster. Like this year for us in the region even, we've launched so many services on product that probably would have taken us a lot more people, a lot more time. So we're using our own team, but we're just trying to do a lot more with the teams we have. And obviously this reflects on the customer. I'll talk about a few things. Like right now we had usually for Prime a 1-day service, half a day service. Right now it's 2 hours. We've also launched our quick commerce initiative. So within 15 minutes, you can get products, the placement of these products, the engineering of the systems, the accurate promise that you have to give today that is in the minutes, right? 10 to 12 minutes. I read a post the other day of a customer of us. like, how did you guys figure out that it's actually 12 minutes? And he's trying to understand the logic. And without AI, that would not have been possible, because it predicts exactly the order you're going to order, the size, where the courier is, the road, the distances. And then obviously, can we make that promise? And we pride ourselves on that. So I think there's just a lot more innovation. The pace of innovation is changing, especially with developers using AI not only to code. People forget that writing the code is only one part of the process. There are design documents that need to be done. There's validation that needs to happen. Unit testing for everything that gets developed. Then you have a whole system testing, and then you have, this what we call friends and family testing, where you're trying it on a very small user base. All these used to take a lot of time. Today with AI, some of these steps get compressed super fast. You can do them at scale. Hundreds of thousands of agents can test your logic, come back with what's not working, even recommend fixing it. So I think the development cycles will see a huge improvement, and hence the rate of innovation and change that we need to deal and adopt and learn and deal with is just tremendous, I think. And I think that's where we as humans need to learn how to just always be curious. Don't punt the problem down the line. I think you should adopt it early. I think that's the only advice I would give my colleagues, business associate, and everyone here in the region.
Ronaldo, exciting times ahead. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Thanks for your time, shukran.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.